If I ask you which festivity you think these colors communicated, we'd probably all have the same answer. Here's the story of how that came to be. This association is a product of different traditions and events throughout history that reinforced each other until we got to where we are now. It's all because of this, the holly. During the winter time, evergreen trees and hollies were among the only pops of color in nature, in contrast to the icy blue and white of the snow. The Celtic peoples revered them, traditionally using hollies as decorations at the time. The plants were believed to symbolize protection and prosperity. Here's where the religious connection comes in. A lot of the partitions in medieval churches were painted in the red and green color scheme we know of now. These screens, in their placement within the church, served as a boundary between the sacred chancel and the public nave. Dr. Spike Bucklow, a professor who has extensively researched these screens, speculates that the color choices would have been a question of pigment availability, but it would also have represented a tradition based on a consciously chosen symbolic meaning, this meaning being the spatial boundaries of sanctity in the church. Either way, this solidified red and green together as a color combination. The next scene comes with the Victorians, who rediscovered and restored these medieval churches. It is speculated that the Victorians ascribed another meaning, a boundary that these colors signified, the end and beginning of a new year. Not long after, the Victorians took that color story and ran with it. In modern history, the story behind the iconography of Santa Claus helps to explain how it became so widespread. Long story short, Saint Nicholas, whom Santa is based off, was a bishop, sporting robes of different colors. Red and white were some of them, but so did other colors. However, the current image of Santa can be traced back to Thomas Nast, an illustrator for Harper's Weekly, who based his image on the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." But it was Coca-Cola and the illustrator they hired to draw Santa for a Christmas campaign that blew the image of Santa up, along with his signature red color, with accents of green on the materials. As to why it was green, the color theory, particularly complementary colors, might explain that. Red and green has a high contrast, letting each other pop. Holly itself is one of the emblems of Christmas, but the presence of other Christmas symbols of the same colors helped reinforce red and green as its definitive colors. And now, here we are. In the wintertime, the natural world gets embellished with red and green. Nowadays, we also cover everything else with it.